We continue now at the top of Daf Mem Gimel Amud Beis Meseches Yoma. This is Yoma Daf 43b. The Gemara in the previous summer just brought a Mishnah in Para, which said that when it comes to the sprinkling of the waters of the Para Aduma, so it said that a woman is going to be pasul and a katan is kosher. And that seems to be exactly the opposite of what Rabbi Yehuda says. And so the Gemara now asks, V'lo palag Rabbi Yehuda. We don't find that Rabbi Yehuda argues on that Mishnah, so isn't it a problem with what we said Rabbi Yehuda's position is before? And the Gemara answers, Amar Abaya. Abaya says, Kevan do Amar Mar, since the master said this refers to Ula's original statement on this entire sugya, Mashma motzim yad mashma mashma mamelo. Sometimes you have a situation where the mashmos of the psukim is to exclude that which was said before, and sometimes the explanation of the pasuk is to continue along the same lines as what was said previously. So it's obvious over here as well, if the Rabbanan are understanding that this set of psukim is to preclude that which was said before, Rabbi Yehuda is going to do the same thing. So Palig, it's obvious that Rabbi Yehuda is going to argue with the Chachamim, with the Tanakama, along the same lines. And the Gemara continues, again, darshaning the psukim by Para Aduma, V'hiza ha-tahor ala tameh. It says that the pure person will sprinkle on the person who is tameh. Rashi says, Hai-tahor yiseruhu. The pasuk over here, the word tar is extra. The habitar kari. We've been talking about someone who's tar the entire time. So why does it say the word tar? Tar michlal shu tameh. The word tar implies that he was tameh. Limit al tvul yom shekasher bepar. The point over here is to say that a tvul yom, somebody who immersed but didn't yet wait for sunset, he's allowed to, he's kosher to do the avod of the paraduma, even though he has a slight level of tumah. And the Gemara continues, Amar Rabbi Asi, Rav Asi says, Ki hava bar Rabbi Yochanan v'Reish Lakish bepara. When Rabbi Yochanan and Reish Lakish were analyzing the psukim by Para Aduma, lo maski mino elakamai demasik talumi bekarva. They were only able to reach conclusions the amount of dirt that a fox can pull up from a field that's already plowed. In other words, they were not able to find any pattern when the pasuk precludes that which said before it, and when it's continuing along the same lines. Ela amri mashma motzi miad mashma umashma mamela. They said sometimes the pasuk comes to preclude that which was said before, and sometimes again it's a continuation along the same conditions as before. And the Gemara continues, Tani Tana Kami de Rabbi Yochanan, the Tana taught in front of Rabbi Yochanan, Kol ha-shchitos ksheros bezar, all shchita is kosher by a non-kohen, chutz mishal para, except by Para Aduma, that cannot be done by a zar. Amar le Rabbi Yochanan, so Rabbi Yochanan said to him, Pok Tani lebra, go teach that outside. Lo matzino shchita bezar psula, we don't find any situation where shchita by a zar is pasul, even by Para Aduma, shchita by a zar will be kosher. And the Gemara says, Rabbi Yochanan, lo mi boy letana de lotzayis. It's not enough that Rabbi Yochanan didn't listen to this particular Tana, this particular teacher of Brises. Ela afilu l'Rabbi lotzayis. You should know, says the Gemara, he didn't even listen to his own Rebbe on this issue. D'yamar Rabbi Yochanan mishum Rabbi Shimon ben Yotzadok, because Rabbi Yochanan said in the name of Rabbi Shimon ben Yotzadok, shchitas para bizar psula. He said that shchita of the para aduma by a non-kohen is pasul. Vani omer ksheira. But I say, Rabbi Yochanan says, I myself say it's kosher. Lo matzino shchita shepsula bizar. We don't find any situation of shchita that's psula by a zar. And the Gemara continues at the two dots, quoting the Mishnah, Balo etzel paroshnia. He comes to his par a second time, and he does a second confession. The Gemara says, Ma'ishna bevidoi rishon de lo amar uvnei Aaron am kedoshecha. What's the difference but that by the first confession, he doesn't include the children of Aaron in his confession? U'ma'ishna bevidoi sheni di amar uvnei Aaron am kedoshecha. But in the second vidoi, he includes the bnei Aaron, he includes the Kohanim. So the Gemara answers, Tana devei Rabbi Yishmael, they taught in the yeshiva of Rabbi Yishmael, Kachi midas hadin, this is the just way to do it. No sense, this is what should be appropriate. Muta of yavo zakai v'yechaper l'chayiv. It's better that someone who's innocent should come and do a kapara, do an atonement for that person which is chayiv. Ve'al yavo chayiv v'yechaper l'chayiv. Somebody who is chayiv should not try to get an atonement for someone else who's chayiv. Rashi over here says, midas hadin no sense, this is an appropriate way to do it. Kilomer kachi yafel lomer sha'achar she'ezvad el atzmo. The idea is this is the proper way. After he does a vido on himself, now he himself is innocent, roy l'chaper l'chem, now he can also do a vido for others and get a kapara, get an atonement for others. And the Gemara now continues with the Mishnah, continuing the avod of the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur. Shachato v'kival b'mizrak esdamo, he shechs the par, and he receives the blood in the basin. V'nosno l'mishu memares bo al harovid horavish v'hechel, and he gives it to the person who's going to stir the blood by the fourth row in the hechel, kadesh lo yikrosh, so that the blood should not congeal. Rashi over here explains, Shalo Yikrosh Kishayisha Chatasa Avodas HaKatoris. There's going to be a delay now because he's going to have to do the Avodas HaKatoris. Kemoshes Duras B'Parshas, the Parsha says, Al Harovid Horavi, Rashi says, Kala Ritzba Asuya Shuros Tablos Avnei Sheish. The entire floor was made of rows of tablets of marble. V'chol Shura V'Shura Kruya Rovid. Every row of tablets was called a Rovid. The Kasal Gadayte, right now we think Tal Shura Revias Sheb Mi Pesach HaHechel V'Lifnim Kamer. That right now we think that the person is standing on the fourth row from within the doorway of the Hechel. Again, that's where the person who's standing, who is stirring it. And the Mishnah continues, Nadal Machta V'Olo L'Rosh HaMizbeach. He takes a pan and he goes to the top of the Mizbeach. Ufana gecholim elach ve'elach. He moves aside the coals. V'chosa min ha'meucholos ha'pnimios. He takes from the inner coals. V'yared v'hinicho al harovid horavisha ba'azara. And he goes and he places it down on the fourth row within the azara. And now the Mishnah says, B'chol yom, every single day, hayachosa b'shel kesef. He would take up with the pan, he would take up with a silver pan in order to bring up the coals. U'ma'ara b'soch shel zav. And then he would pour the coals into a pan that was made out of gold. V'hayom, but today on Yom Kippur, chosa b'shel zav. He would use a pan and he would scoop them up with a pan that was golden. Uvah hayamachnes, and he would use the exact same pan. That's what he would enter with to do the ketores. B'chol yom chosa b'shel arba'as kabin u'ma'ar l'soch shloshes kabin. Every day he would scoop it up with one that was the size of 4 kav, and he would pour it into a pan that was 3 kav. V'hayom chosa b'shloshes kabin uvah hayamachnes. But again, today he would scoop it up with a pan that was 3 kavin, and he would use that same pan. Rabbi Yossi says, B'chol yom chosa b'shel saw. Every other day they would do it with one that was the size of a saw. U'ma'ara b'soch shloshes kav, and pour it again into a pan that was 3 kav. V'hayom, but today chosa b'shloshes kav, he would scoop it up with a pan that was 3 kavin. Uvah hayamachnes, and that's the one he would enter with. Rashi over here says, Time of Yom Kippur and Bekulu. The reason of all these differences on Yom Kippur, Misham Cholsha the Kohen Gadol, because the Kohen Gadol was weak. We're trying to make the avoda as easy as possible in many of these situations. And the Mishnah continues, B'chol Yom Haisa Kveda. Every day it was heavy. V'hayom Kala. Today it was lighter. Again, the same idea. B'chol Yom Haisa Yada Ketzara. Every day the pan had a short handle. V'hayom Arucha. Now is a longer handle. That way he can use his arm for some support. Again, due to the weakness of the Kohen Gadol on Yom Kippur. B'chol Yom Haisa Zahava Yarok. Every day the gold had a green tint to it. V'hayom Edom. Today it was red. Divrei Rabbi Menachem. This is the opinion of Rabbi Menachem. And the Mishnah continues, B'chol yom, every single day, Makriv pras b'shachris, upras bein harbayim. He would bring the ketoris every day. Half he would bring in the morning, and half he would bring in the afternoon. V'hayom, but today on Yom Kippur, Mosef Melochafnav, he's adding a fistful because there's this other ketoris that he's going to be bringing into the Kodesh Kodashim. B'chol yom haisadaka, every day it was thin. V'hayom daka min hadaka. Today it would be super thin. Rashi over here says, first, pras is a chatzi monah, is a half a monah. Most of Melochafnav today, he's going to add a fistful. Shamachnes lifnai v'lifnim. That he's going to bring a fistful of ketores to the inner side, to the inner part of the Beis Hamikdash, the Kodesh Kadashim. Levan mi pras shachris v'shel arvis. Besides for the pras, the chatzi monah that he brings in the morning and in the evening, hanitan al mizbeach hapnimi, which is placed as all ketores is placed on the inner mizbeach. Vayom daka min hadaka. Today it was super fine. Zusha yamachnes lifnai v'lifnim. Meaning again, the ketores that's being brought to the Kodesh Kadashim, hayamachzer erev Yom Kippur m'machteshes v'shoch kohadik. It was ground down again so that it would be super fine. Again, that's referring to the one that's brought into the Kodesh Kadashim. And the Mishnah continues, B'chol yom, Kohanim olin b'mizracho shel kevesh, v'yardin b'ma'aravo. When the Kohanim would do the avoda, they would go up on the east side of the ramp, and they'd come down on the west side of the ramp. Vayom, but today on Yom Kippur, Kohen Gadol ola be'emtza v'yord be'emtza. The Kohen Gadol would go up the middle, and he would go down in the middle. Rashi over here says, Vayom Kohen Gadol mare kavodu. He would show the honor, v'chibazon shel Yisrael, and how much the Klal Yisrael is beloved by HaKadosh Baruch Hu, shu shluchan, because he's the messenger of Klal Yisrael. V'yosa atzma keben bayis. He would be like somebody who lives at this house, who lives at the Beis Hamikdash. And the Mishnah continues, Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yehuda says, Liolam Kohen Gadol ola be'emtza v'yord be'emtza. Every single day, the Kohen Gadol would always go up the middle of the ramp and come down the middle of the ramp. And the Mishnah continues, B'chol yom Kohen Gadol mekadesh yadav v'raglav min hakior. Every single day the Kohen Gadol will sanctify, will wash his hands and his feet from the kior, from the basin. V'hayom min hakiton shel zav. But today he did it from the golden flask. Rabbi Yehuda Omer, Rabbi Yehuda says, Liolam Kohen Gadol mekadesh yadav v'raglav min hakiton shel zav. Every day the Kohen Gadol should sanctify his hands from the golden flask. B'chol yom, every single day, hayu sham arba ma'arachos, there were 4 arrangements of wood on the Mizbeach. Vayom chamesh, today there were 5. This will be explained in the Gemara. Divrei Rabbi Meir, this is the opinion of Rabbi Meir. Rabbi Yossi says, B'chol yom shalosh vayom arba, every day there was 3, today there was 4. Rabbi Yehuda says, B'chol yom shtayim vayom shalosh, every day there was 2, and today there was 3. And the Gemara asks, V'haksiv, doesn't the pasuk say, V'chol adam lo yiyah b'ol moed? It says no other person besides the Kohen Gadol is allowed to be in the Ol Moed, is allowed to be in the Heichel. Rashi over here says, meaning at the time we're doing the Ketores, but you just said in the Mishnah that there's a guy stirring the blood in the 4th row in the Heichel. What's he doing in the Heichel? It says in the pasuk, no one else can be in the Heichel. Amar Rav Yehuda says, Tani Shel Heichel. You have to change the gear so it should be Shel Heichel, as Rashi says, Tani Shel Heichel k'sheyotze min ha'heichel le'azara, meaning, when you leave the Heichel into the Azara, into the courtyard, Mona es harovd, and then you count the rows, v'hai reveal Heichel, so it's the 4th row away from the Heichel. He's not the 4th row inside the Heichel, he's the 4th row outside of the Heichel. And the Gemara continues, Taner Rabbana, we learned in a brayse of V'chol adam lo yiyeh b'oel moed. Again, pasuk says no other person can be in the Oel Moed, and we'll continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Mem Daled Amud Aleph.